Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. All right, guys. So I actually have MicroStrategy on my chart right there. I'm having a cup of coffee, and basically the deal is, guys, is the crypto market, man, is 2022 is probably going to be all over again, guys. I'll put it to you that way. Once this downtrend starts, and I think the more as more time goes by, the more confident I get that Bitcoin's going to go down, break the low, guys. All right, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be breaking the low. Bitcoin's price action. I'm on the MicroStrategy chart right now, guys, because if you look at all the supporting surrounding crypto, what they if you're in the stocks, right? People call these cryptos, right? CleanSpark, they'll say, yeah, these are the cryptos, and in the stocks they call them that. So those stocks don't look good. MicroStrategy is looking not great, like it's topped a major top right there. So more than likely that's some sort of correction that it did off of that leg. I haven't even checked the retrace on this. Just see, let's check it out. Just up to 382, pretty weak. 618 on logarithmic. So yeah, it's just not looking good, guys. And the other thing is too, is that if you go through the stocks, there's serious weakness coming into the stocks too, guys. Okay. So the stock market, S&P, NASDAQ, etc., is coming up to an end of a trend. Okay. And there's a few stocks in there. We'll keep this going for a little while. Okay. But it's coming up to an end of a trend. So is it going to correct back up to swing back down like that? And then do a bigger one in here? It very well could, guys. All right. So I don't know. It may, I'm not really too sure. Just have to see how that's all going to play out. But this is very telling for cryptocurrency. Anyhow, Bitcoin, I'll go to a daily chart and then break it down. Bitcoin's weak. I'm expecting on this daily chart here, let me clear this up. A hit to 27.2, 27.3-ish, 27.2-ish. It's going to depend on the stock market too, how long it's going to play around in here too. So if the stock's trending up, more or less, if it's trending up, NASDAQ, some of them are trending up a little bit. It might actually, I would see it staying in here a lot longer. And then once they finish, go either into a correction or they finish their top, then Bitcoin will roll over. I actually see, if you look at this daily chart, guys, this is what's probably going to form right here. Your left, your head, and some sort of shoulder. That won't even be that high though, probably. It's what's going to be forming, more than likely, of some sorts. Not that pretty, but that's what I would be checking out. The reaction out of here is not cool, in my opinion. That reaction is not cool, guys. I was looking for longs. I was in a long yesterday. Then I was looking for to get into another long on Bitcoin. And I looked at the price action and everything, and it was terrible. So I aborted the trade. And I'm glad that I did. 26, it would have been a 26.3 entry, and now it's sitting at 26.4, basically 10 hours later. So this is not cool, guys. This is probably, Bitcoin's at the end of the trend. Now if there's going to be a hit up to 29, I think that's looking pretty not good. I don't think it's gonna make that. the count, if you want to go with the count, right here like this, guys, this needs to come up. So let me see, where do I have my RSI? I don't have my RSI on any of these, do I? Yeah, I do right here. So the deal is, let me go to that RSI needs to get dragged up, and the stochastics on the chart down here. So you're being told on the YouTubes by the bulls that RSI is the lowest it's ever been since March 2020. And that's the buying opportunity of a lifetime. I'm telling you, it's not. For a trade, maybe. But for a buying opportunity of a lifetime, no, it's not. You don't want to be going long like a long-term position in Bitcoin right now, guys. But this RSI needs to be dragged up, and it's going to get dragged up and create probably hidden bearish divergence. This could get dragged up. So what you'll see in this area, okay, you'll see the price, like let's say at 27.2, all the way up there, because instead of making these moves like that, so and it'll drag that all the way back up there, and you probably see the price like right there. And maybe the RSI on the daily gets up something kind of like that. Who knows how high that's going to go? Something like that, and then your price goes from 26.4 to 27.2 or 3. It doesn't even travel 1,000 points, and now you have this look down here. And what that's going to be telling you, okay, what that's going to be telling you, the basics of the momentum indicators, more than likely, your 200 simple moving average, you got a gap there, you have some fair value gaps that would probably be targeting. This will be telling you that down there in those momentum indicators, that Bitcoin at some point will be setting up for that. Okay, that's what I would be checking out, guys. But it could be in there. Just realize it could be in there for a period of time. So I don't see, I mean, like literally, like guys, I don't know how to explain this. Like literally, I'm a bull at nature, and I can't even bring myself to be bullish in the crypto market. I mean, by nature, I like to be bullish. I like it with sea green candles. That's the direction I like to go. It's more fun. It's just a better way to be when it goes to the markets and everything is going up and to the right. And I can't even bring myself to remotely get even a little bit bullish. Like I can't even do it, guys. The signals are very, very, very clear. Very clear. Okay. You know, you're watching my channel, you go get a second opinion. You go get a second opinion or go get a third opinion, whatever you want to do. Just make sure that it's a valid and it gives valid arguments. I don't care how many followers they have out there. I don't care how long they've been trading. The crypto market has no money coming into it. You can look at all the data, all the information, and all the charts. This is not looking good, guys. And the longer this goes on, more the Bitcoin's gonna be hanging around in here. The more I'm looking at this data, the more I'm getting convinced that Bitcoin is going to be breaking the low, guys. I'm pretty confident Bitcoin's going to be breaking the low, especially once the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ top out, and that NVIDIA and all those other ones will top out. NVIDIA is going to top out. It's got one last wave to do, and everybody's just piling into that. The unfortunate thing for me that I made a mistake is I thought Bitcoin had the wherewithal to pull off like maybe a NVIDIA or Microsoft or a Google in the run, guys, and it didn't do it. It didn't do it. The market has spoken, okay? The market has spoken for Bitcoin. If you include the tech stocks and all the rest of the market, and it's not one that they're interested in. They're not. The data suggests it. The charts suggest it. They're not interested in Bitcoin right now. So that's all I'll say about that. I would not count on this happening over here, even though algos are projecting that on the futures chart. I'll go to a daily. On the futures is like, I don't know, it has less data, so it comes up with a different algo because the chart on the futures is not as long, but You know, the futures chart is having something down, just these algos down here to 21,900. You know, this is definitely going to be a zone. You know, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More than likely, what you're looking at right here is a 1, 2. This is your 3. It's coming up for a 4, back down for a 5. Probably test the 24,200 area. Maybe right here, 24/7. I would definitely be looking at this zone right here, maybe on top of there, but more likely right here. Bounce off 200 SMA, and then it actually could be having another one, a 1, 2, and here's your 3, another bounce, a bigger bounce on a 4, and then maybe down for a 5 or something like that, guys. And I think that's going to be the start of the trend, but it also depends on, you know, how big this is going to get in here. How much time is this going to take in here too? So then it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and just 5 like that. And then you're going to have maybe a decent retrace, which will probably be very boring. You know, choppy, sideways, low volume, low, you know, probably not very good volatility in Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, depending on how big it gets, it might only get up to this maybe 28,000. And then you have right there your inverse head and shoulders. And then probably would form something like that. And then all you have to do is just take that, would be your target. Break down from there. And there you go. That's back down to 17. So 17 and 18,000. Oh, even bulls now that I keep my eye on, they're like bullish bias are looking at 19 to 21 for Bitcoin, guys. So let me take all this data off over here on Bitcoin. Wait, I got it right here. So whole big thing is right here, guys, right? All right. So if you're a bull, okay, if you're a bull, all right, and it's not forming and it's not shaping out to become this, it's not, okay? I'm just letting you know, if you're a bull and you're hoping that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's over here doing a correction, okay, for a wave 2, wave 2 can come all the way down here. It can get very, very deep, and going into a wave 3. That's right around October 24. You have to explain. You have to come up with the explanation, okay? And I don't want to hear this, oh, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Bitcoin are not correlated, okay? You know, the crypto market has these cliche little things, you know, they keep saying over and over again. But now is the time, okay? I think with cryptocurrency, from 2010 to 2021, Bitcoin's been in a bull market 11 years, guys. It's common sense to realize that it's not going to continue to go up and right until 2050, okay? There's going to be massive, massive correction cycles in between, okay? Just like, I mean, go look at any stock that's been around for a while, you know, years and years. So the deal is that if you think it's going to be that, right? So you have the S&P 500 over here, okay? And this time area, and you know, let's give the S&P 500 benefit of doubt, up in a correction, maybe back down, and then maybe a little more wave back off up to 40. Let's say it gets up to 4,700, something like that, and then it's going to go into a correction. You have to explain how Bitcoin is going to be blasting off into this third wave. Well, S&P 500 is over here doing that, okay? And I don't see that happening. I don't see the stock markets going up or going down into a crash, and NASDAQ's going into a crash, and the banking stocks are collapsing, and everybody and their brothers going, oh, let's go get some Bitcoin. They're not interested in Bitcoin. The only people that are interested in Bitcoin are Bitcoin maxis, okay? And the hardcore crypto people. Everybody else is like, screw Bitcoin, okay? That's the message that's being sent. They don't want anything to do with it right now. So that's the reality of it. And the whole big picture here, that's your bullish case. the whole big picture here is that Bitcoin did this. Let me put it on regular since Bitcoin is so moves are so linear or logarithmic. Bitcoin's moves are so huge. Let's see here. Whoops, excuse me. This right here, this move over here that it's going to do. All right. A, B, C, possibly. And then somehow this was a move here and it's over here topping out and it's going to come back down to do another A, B, C like that. Okay. That's actually the best one to have, because then, you know, over here you should have an ABC, something like that. It doesn't need to go how deep. You know, the target range for me is going to be, you know, anywhere from 13,000 down to 8,000. I don't know where it's going to end up. You know, it could be like, you know, it just could go down like it might not go that as deep, right? It doesn't have to be like this. That's the initial sell-off. You know, it could, let's say it starts over here, does the C wave, right? And it bounces into a B wave. And that B wave could seriously bounce. I mean, look at this whole way. Remember when everybody over here was so bullish? All the moon boys over here were so bullish. This was the new bull run over here. Okay. And that was like 60 days. And the market was still pretty good too. All the alts were still bouncing really well. And then it just might go like that. You know, something like that, guys, to take up time and not really go that deep. But now, the one that I'm keeping my eye on is that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And this is a barrier triangle right here, guys. It's A, B, C, D, E, boom. And it has all the features of that. Okay. So that's why I think I'm kind of leaning towards that going on, just because of how this triangle formed, and it does do that. That's what they do. They just go up like that, peak and drop, just like that. So if that's the case, and that is a barrier, some type of barrier triangle down here, then that eliminates pretty much everything except your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this area somehow could be either WXY, ABC type move, some sort of counter trend rally. And then, you know, then it's sayonara. You got one of those over there. Not to say it's going to be that deep, but that's what you'd be expecting, right? It's a massive ABC move. Okay. So you got little ABCs like this, right? You have little ABCs that are bearish, ABC, just like so. Okay. So here's an ABC. So what I'm showing you just on a grand scale is that Bitcoin came down into an A. Each A wave is an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 in your B, and then it needs to do another 5, just like that. Okay. So it could be that I cannot eliminate that out at all. Okay. It's kind of gonna depend on what's going to be going on with the traditional financial markets. How deep is their correction going to be? When are they going to top out? I expect boring time for Bitcoin for a while. A lot of sideways action, probably even more boring than this. In fact, I know it'll be more boring than that, because there's still money in the market over here. When you're over here, Bitcoin just made that move. Ethereum blasted up, BNB blasted up, Matic blasted up, Quant blasted up, and the alts are actually quite fun. The alts were fun over here. The alts right now, guys, are not fun. The alts are not fun. I mean, like, I look at some of the altcoins and like people are like, buy the dip, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. The alts are going to bounce and roll over. They're bouncing and rolling over. Just go over some of them. I'll show you. They're bouncing and rolling over. Some people are like Chainlink. Oh, look at Chainlink, man. It's doing pretty good bounce. It's like, or pretty good. It's getting out there pretty good. It's unbelievable to me, man. Seriously, man. You're going to tell me that little freaking move off of Chainlink, and you're really going to be so, I mean, I'm not going to be polite right here. Some sort of delusion that Chainlink's doing some sort of mega move out of there right now. Come on, guys. Let's be real here, man. I mean, come on. Some of these guys in the cryptoverse, man, they need to take some salt and throw it in their eyes, man, so they can see. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not cool at all. I said Chainlink is probably going to be rolling over. I'm looking at $1.40 for Chainlink is ultimately where I think it's going to end up. And look at this move right here, guys. You know, where it's supposed to be, let's go run a bullish. Look at the move that it did, you know? Okay. A bullish, a bullish crypto, a bullish crypto is going to be very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll be able to look at it and go, yeah, that's bullish. So going over here, going like, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 5. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you can go over there and get that. I can tell by looking at that, that's a joke. That's a joke, guys. That wave pattern is a joke. And it's coming back down, it's rolling over. Chainlink's coming back down here to dollar, this area. This is the area to look for Chainlink, guys. In the meantime, look for, well, it's in a counter trend rally. You know, I was looking for longs because I don't like sitting on my hands for too long, but the longs are just getting terrible too, even in crypto space, guys. So, you know, I was looking at Matic for a long. You know, Matic can't even get out of there. It can't even bounce off this freaking trend, guys. Look at this trend from June of 22. It came down there, a little touch, a little touch, a little touch. And look at that little freaking little tiny. I can't even do anything. I was looking, trying to go maybe do a trade. Maybe Matic could bounce from 55 up to 60. What is that? 64, 66. And look at that, man. I mean, Matic, you know what you need to do with Matic? You need to give it some freaking diapers, man. You need to give it some diapers. This thing can't even roll on out of there, guys. So, you know, the cryptocurrency market has no money, and now it's really, really showing, guys. Not only is it showing that it has no money in it, it is showing that people are leaving. They are leaving, guys. What was the other ones people were like looking at, talking about? Start to accumulate quant. That was one. Quant crypto is not time to accumulate. It is not time to accumulate any altcoins, period. Okay. Anybody who's telling you it's great time to accumulate altcoins, you tell them to go see a financial advisor. Okay. I was expecting a better bounce on Bitcoin just because GBTC did a pretty good bounce, and maybe that will come in Bitcoin. Maybe that'll count. GBTC did a 7% bounce. But, you know, you have to consider, even though GBTC did a pretty good bounce, you have to consider that, you know, this is, you know, more, it's a stock. You know, they trade shares of this stuff, so it's not a crypto. But GBTC is just, it's, that could have been the end of the trend for GBTC too, guys. You know, I was thinking maybe there's a wave here, it'd come back over here and maybe do one more wave and then another wave and another wave. Kind of like a diagonal type move, but it can't even get that off, guys. It can't even get that off. Ethereum Grayscale is, this is like, you know, maybe if this thing would come back around down here and you could come up with a inverse head and shoulders pattern. It actually kind of already played it out, but it was weak. It was weak. But, you know, the pattern on this thing, guys, is like the, what are the minor stocks? The minor stocks did this move. So, you know, a nice move off the bottom, back down, a nice move here, back down, almost down to that other wave, and then back up again. On the weekly, it's still like above the 21 moving average. So it's not the end of it, but what did it do here? You know, I don't like to look at this at all. I don't like to look at that at all, guys. So, you know, that's more corrective. That's more corrective to me. Like, I think it's, here's this move. Here's some sort of A, B, and then a C or WXY. There's your connector. And then it ripped that off. And then you're looking at A, B, C is what I think that it did. So for that asset, guys, it doesn't look good. So Solana, See, Solana still wants to hang on to those areas, guys. Solana on my chart. All right, so 2-day chart, taking around just under the 200 SMA. Bitcoin should be going up and to the right, probably, who knows, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or however long it's going to go on. Could maybe be 60 days in there, but Solana will be coming up. You don't believe me that it's bearish? Just watch the price action of Solana from here on out, okay? Okay, just watch the price action and tell me if you're going to see your impulse move out of there, all right? I'm pretty sure that you won't. I'm pretty sure that you won't. Okay. So that was a sell on Solana. That was a sell right there. So let me see what else is going on. Nakamoto Game still hanging out up there. Double top pattern. Been going up since September 22, made a top in July of 22, guys. Reasonable to think that if it goes up and to the right for a year, it's probably going to correct for nearly the same amount of time. Okay. Let me see what else we got going on. What else do we have going on? Caspa. I'm looking at Caspa here for a little bit, guys. So what I was looking at is Caspa's probably into a top. Even bullish Caspa. Even bullish Caspa. You're going to go, hey, you know, this is okay. Caspa will be able to do its moonshots even when the crypto goes down. I don't know, guys. It looks like it's forming that head and shoulders pattern to me. All right. Caspa exit was right there. So I did have a 7 cents target on. I don't think it's going to make it. I think 2 cents is looking more on the table than 7 cents right now. Polka dot. Polka dot is not an investable asset. Not right now. Not right now. Okay. That's going to stay down there probably for a while. I actually have targets of 2 down here. I think it's finally going to wander down below this area. Eventually. Right down there. So the reality of the situation, BCH, let's see if BCH pump back up. BCH might pump back up. It did a pretty good drop right there. So yeah, BCH might pump back up and then roll back over. You can see these moves, guys. I'm showing you like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the move on here, 1, 2, probably 3. It looks like it's going into a 4, back down for a 5, just like that. More than likely, it does project up, but you know, bull market is not here. Your bull market is not here in crypto, guys. You had hope in the bull market. If you go to Bitcoin, look at it, it's down 26,407 already. You go to Bitcoin on the chart, guys. You know, let me put it on regular again. This whole area back down, the reaction out of there, that pop and everything, you know, that is reasonable to think, okay, yeah, possibly a bull market. You should still be cautious. You know, and you should always be cautious no matter what, anything's coming out. Like, the reason this was decent is because the NASDAQ and the S&P were forming bottoms when Bitcoin was forming a bottom, and they had a hard time struggling out of there, right? But Bitcoin took off real good out of the gates. So it was kind of safe to assume that, yeah, bull market could be back on Bitcoin, but you have serious weakness just coming in, guys. It was one big fake out. You've been in a fake out from November 22 to July 22. And don't think a market can't fake you out. It fakes me out all the time, guys. You know? It fakes me out all the time. Market, even the best of the best get faked out. If you don't think a market can't fake you out, if you don't think that that can happen, where you're on the wrong side of the trade, even at a time frame on a daily or a 2-day chart or something like that, you'd be surprised, guys. You'd be surprised. So let me go to a smaller time frame too. We'll go over that. I'm not too enthused with crypto, guys, really. Just the lack of trades right now. So here it is on the 1-hour chart. That's why I didn't enter into that trade. I was thinking down here to this area. So these were decent trades right here. Okay, so over here in this area to do a trade, but you're gonna have to wait for that to suss itself out. I'm not like looking the shape of that and then back up. Took it out. Looks like it might be coming back down here, guys. And if Bitcoin gets back down into this zone, this is a resistance zone. It turned it into support, and it gets back down into here. That's not going to be a good look. Now it's back in the zone again. So this is definitely what you don't want to see. Okay. It's possible that it could, maybe do something. It could come back down here and do a bounce in that area, and then you might get a bounce up, something like that. Okay. Just give you some ideas, like possibly on trades or something like that. But if you're in this market with Bitcoin, guys, all right, the only thing that I can recommend for anybody is to do trades. To do either, you could do if you want to do your daily trades, your day trades, or your swing trades. Okay. Some people are looking at BNB. BNB is due for a bounce. Okay. It's due for a bounce. And it bounced out of there on the 1-hour chart pretty good. That was a pretty good little move that it did. And guys had $2. What did it get down to? 205. That's a pretty good little bounce on BNB, guys. Like boom, 7% move. I think that BNB, take a look at this on a 4-hour. Okay, there's the range that I have. You can see. So now it's right under resistance, right? So BNB would be in a range. So it gets back down here. If Bitcoin's just going to go sideways and play games, BNB will come back down to this area, and you can just play the range on BNB. And it's a big range, guys. Okay. Another chart that I wanted to show you guys is BTC over NDQ. Okay. BTC over NDQ. And this is not looking good, guys. Okay. I thought there was going to be a meager run over here, but this is Bitcoin over the NASDAQ. This is when this goes up is when Bitcoin is outperforming the NASDAQ, right? Okay. This is actually a real important chart that you want to pay attention to if you're active in Bitcoin. And the deal is you can see from November 22, what did it do? Boom, right there, underperformed, outperformed, came back down to its correction, outperformed, and then back over here, right, guys? But the problem is that it's probably going to break this support that it made, right? You take a look at this. Look at that. Boom, 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 right? And now you're looking at something like this. What Bitcoin could do, a breakdown over there, guys, all the way back down lower than what it was in November 22. Okay. I mean, the facts are the facts. Like that dude says on YouTube, people lie, but charts don't lie. The reality is that that's coming up for a short trade. That's coming up for a short trade. So what does that mean? Probably means you're going up for a short trades on Bitcoin, guys. I know I'm laughing about it, guys, but like the reality. So here's the deal. If you know how to short, if you're looking for opportunities going the other way, hey, you got nothing to worry about because they're coming. But if you're a perma bull or even a perma bear, you got problems in this market, man. You got serious problems in this market because, the market goes both ways. So anyhow, so it looks like Bitcoin is going to be underperforming the NASDAQ. So we go back to that NASDAQ chart, right? It looks like in that NASDAQ chart, what's it going to do? It's going to come back down on that Bitcoin over NDQ chart, right? It's going to come back down to that support. It's probably going to have another bounce. and then boom. That's what I'm expecting with Bitcoin, guys. That's what I'm eventually expecting with Bitcoin. It just matters how long is that going to be in there? How long is this going to be? So right now is the time, I would say, oh, this curve finance too, guys. You need to be careful of this right here. You do realize there's 37 cents liquidation on curve finance, right? That guy that has that mansion that he doesn't want to sell in Australia or whatever it was, or maybe he sold it. I think the 37 cents right there, that's his liquidation point on that. So that'll cause a cascade through Aave and DeFi and everything else. So yeah, guys, the deal is that I can't recommend for you to buy any coins long term. Phantom could have a meager bounce, guys. These guys right here, guys, like look at this. Now could it start finna Bitcoin goes up a little bit? Could it take off out of there and get up to 27 cents? It very well could. That will be your exit on Phantom, guys. All right, H bar. You know, crypto market. Over on Twitter, people are like, "Oh yeah, look at H bar. It's so bullish. It's so bullish. You seen it? Yeah, okay, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. 100% move, 100% move over there. That's bullish. Bullish. Nice clean move. Bullish. That's bullish, guys. This is bullish, but it's in a bounce. It's in a bounce. Okay. This is how the bear works, guys. I call it getting eaten by the bear. So it came down, up. They were like, oh yeah, bull run, right? And it can't happen. Fake out. Comes back down to where it started. Didn't break the low, so you can still sit. Now it's going like this. Back up. Lower high, right? Roll back over. Probably get back down there again, maybe, right? Back up again. Another lower high. All the altcoins are doing this pattern, guys. How many charts do I need to show of an altcoin to convince people that it's all taking everybody out all the way down? Get eaten by the bear. Depending on how you do it. If you're trading it, you're trading in and out of it, no big deal. Make your gains, exit, and go back out. But that's what's going on right now, guys. So with what's going to be going on with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market, I suspect that it's going to probably even get more dry. Less money is going to be coming in. There's going to be like less interest in crypto, and it's just there's the potential it could turn into a freaking ghost town, guys. Worst scenario was USDT dominance chart. I'm looking at this. I actually look for upside on Bitcoin because of this chart. It does have downside potentially on the daily. Bitcoin has upside. It would be nice if it could do that, then Bitcoin could do a trend up. We look for trades. It's right up there at that resistance area on USDT right here. Boom, boom, boom. Might come back down, but you see the triangle pattern. This pattern that it's making, guys, is a compression pattern, right? So it's compressing up. Came back down here, touch it up to this triangle pattern, back down, up, and then back down, and maybe even over here. And then probably there's going to be a time this is going to shoot out onto the weekly. This is going to shoot out onto the weekly up to 8, 10, maybe even 12. Back down here, back down, and it's going to shoot out of there. Get through that resistance, and then boom. And that's probably the area where you're going to see a massive God candle like that in Bitcoin. It's what I think will happen. So, all right, guys. All right, I'm trying to make it a little bit more motivational, but I guess it's not motivational, but reality is reality, guys. Like I said, I'm going to reiterate this. I am a bull. I like to be a bull. But the reality is a reality. Can't bring myself to being bullish. Anybody right now who's just 100% bullish and can't see the other side, I would, I would say, look, you need to get a second opinion on that. So that's how I see that, guys. Anyhow, if you're going to do any trades, man, just remember in and out in the cryptocurrency market. If you're going long, Be careful on some of the coins. They probably won't bounce as much as you expect. For an asset to go up takes more buyers than sellers. And what's going on with some of your smaller alts is that the on the pumps, like Matic is a good example. What do they do on the pumps? The longer term holders exited, and now they're just kind of like down there, and the bounces are getting weak. They're showing weakness. That's what's going on, and it's going to continue to go on more than likely, guys. So I wouldn't expect these massive bounces in any of these coins. Of course, I'm talking about the majority of them. There's going to be your outliers too. There's going to be your outliers, but don't expect anything fantastical with your altcoins, guys, in my opinion. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.